Hi guys and welcome to Angling For You. Today you join me at South Milford on a lovely little pond, and it's run by the Wheatsheaf Angling Society, and it's a little bit different than normal fishing that we do, and obviously we do quite a lot of commercials, fish just rabbled around the line, and we fish obviously a lot of commercial fishing. But this is like going back to us being kids again, and going to a nice mixed fishery. That's a beautiful sort of skim at the start of the day. And today we're fishing the method feeder, with just a couple of maggots on. Let's get this fish back, and we'll have a little bit of a cast back out and see if we can have another one, and then we can chat about the rig and how we're catching these fish. So a good piece of advice when you're fishing a pond that you've never fished before is obviously try and ask for a bit of advice. If you can't get loads of advice, then I like to be quite methodical about how I approach it. So we know that there's sort of skimmers and eyed and carp and tench in here, and we would like to catch some tench, but the way you need to attack is looking at these natural baits. So obviously I've started with a double maggot. I've got quite a small hook. I've got a size 18 carp riggers hook from Drennan, and I am looking at having sort of a nice light setup. It's got 6 pound main line, and the bottom's only sort of an 014, so we've not got a really sort of heavy setup whatsoever, and that just allows you to target more fish, and that's what today is all about for us. We're not here to carp, bash or anything like that. We're just here to catch fish, and what we want to do by doing that is put as many different fish as possible and target as many different fish as possible to give ourselves the best chance. Now, a couple of us have already had sort of some skimmers, or into the nicer size, like that one was, of the sort of bream, and hopefully at some point today we'll have some tench as well. Now the ground bait that I've got is a Champions Feed ground bait. We used it last week when we were tenching. It's got some pheasant hemp in it, so it's got quite explosive, and just fishing that really nice and simple with a few tears in there and a few grains of corn, and like I said, that double maggot as the hook bait on that small hook. And the idea is to be casting, we know there's sort of a good head of bream and skimmers in here, is to cast quite often, and try and build up that net of them, and to where, as you all know, that skimmers, the fishing, they're in shoals, and what we want to do is obviously establish some bait out there, because they can clear it up pretty sharpish, and establish some good bait. So I am going to cast quite regular, to be honest, to start off with. This is only the sort of third chuck that I've had, but I've been in for no more than 2 minutes realistically at a time to get introduced that bait, and then on the third time it swung round. But the good thing in a place like this, especially when you've got double maggot on, is, you know, could catch some quality roach, could catch some eyed, can catch some skimmers, can catch some tench, eat carp, anything that swims, we've got a good chance of catching it. And that's why we've on the Saturday session that me and Matt have been doing lately, that's what we're trying to do, is source these more mixed fisheries or natural venues that we can sort of take a steadier pace but also catch well, and test our abilities a little bit more than just turning up. I mean, we all love commercials, don't get me wrong, and we all like to bag up on F1s and carp, but we're just trying to get back to us roots a little bit, and have some more challenge to what we're doing. but we very, very much want to catch a tench. I'll be honest. That's the main goal. Today is just about catching anything that swims, but we really do want a tench. Pulling a little bit harder than the last one did, but it definitely feels like a skimmer. That nodding head, but it's not. It's a massive perch. It's a massive perch. That is a big perch. That let's get that in net. Yes, thank you. That's a lovely perch, is that? I'll just get myself out of this tangle of camera wiring. And yeah, that's definitely a nice perch, and it's not swallowed me hook either. And this is now I'm gonna have to get an hand on this. Let's have a think how we're gonna do this. That's a decent stamper perch for sure. Now that's a whopper perch, that is, boys. That's definitely a whopper perch. Lovely fish. Definitely the biggest perch I've caught in a long time is that. Let's get that back in there. Yeah. And get back out there, guys. Another nice fish. Unfortunately, I've just knocked my ground bait over as my rod flew round. The joys of filming. So again, it's taking it on the maggots. But you can see in my landing net there's just a load of tears and corn, so it's obviously having a good time. Another beautiful stamp fish, lovely quality fish, and you get this in these kind of pools where they're looked after, and you know they're not heavily fished for, and that just proves that, you know, it's a good quality venue. So let's get some more bait back on. We'll keep the camera rolling, and we'll see if we can catch some more. Into another skimmer. Started to get them on the feed now, on that double maggot. They're settled on there. Another nice fish. Not as big as the last one, but still a nice fish nonetheless. Just in the bottom lip. There we go. Another lovely fish. Let's get him back in the water. We'll get back out there and see if we can have another one. Right guys, so a little bit about the setup. We've got a 10-foot Monster X carp feeder, a 3000 inertia reel with 6-pound midi M-Tech line. I've got that running straight through to an ICS quick change method feeder from Preston, and then I've got a hook link which is around, I would say, a 6-inch mark, and it's a really light hook link, so it's only own 14, and it's down to an 18s hair rigger hook from Drennan, and that's just allowing me to get that nice little hook in the mouth, and obviously that really nice 2 maggots just nipped on there. Just put that back on there a second. And a bait, like I was saying before. So the bait itself is Champion's Feed. Oh, just lifted that. It's called Wonder Yellow. Absolutely amazing stuff. It smells insane. And we've just got some frozen corn, which has been defrosted, and that's mixed through with some tears. You could use hemp if you wanted to. And I'm just using that red and white maggot on the hook, and that's it really. Nice and simple, nice and easy, just to feel your way into a sort of natural venue like this one. And yeah, we're having a few fish now, and it's starting to do really well, and what we're going to do is break this into a two-parter. So obviously this is the first part where we're looking at the feeder and what we can catch on there, and then we're going to come back and visit on an afternoon session and see if we can have some tench in the shallower part of the pond, which this part is the deeper part. We're going to go towards the other side of the pond, and we're going to come back and fish for the tench for the second part of it, because there is a good head of tench here, and obviously that's what we'd love to catch. So join me back on the box, and next time you see me we'll be over the other side and we'll be catching, hopefully, some tench. Hi, and we've just moved down to peg 19, and we've hooked the first fish of the session down this second part, and we've just managed to steer him out of there. No idea if he's a tench or a carp, but it looks like a tench. It definitely looks like a tench, which I'm hopeful if it is. See if we can get him in, and it is a tench. Boom, we have the tench. And a lovely looking fish. Let's get him unhooked. Right guys, so we've got him unhooked, and this is exactly what we were looking for, and this is why we came here. I'm sure they're a lot bigger in here, but a beautiful little tench, a couple of pound, my favourite fish for sure. We're going to get him back in, and hopefully there's more where that came from. So like I said, we're at the bacon factory ponds, sort of Sutton and Helmet, and we've moved from peg 19 to peg 19, sorry, from the earlier on in the video where we were fishing last week, over in the early parts of the pond where it's deeper. We've come across to the favoured side for tench. Obviously it was first visit last time, so we didn't really know what was here, and that was sort of first drop, and we're fishing down this precarious margin, pestered by small flies, getting down this precarious margin, and we've just fed a couple of balls of ground bait, and we're just dripping in corn, and we're just going to drip in a little bit more corn down this edge, and hopefully we can have a few more of these tench. So obviously now that we've got the GoPro, you can see a little bit better as to where I actually am. And you can see how much of a jungle it is to negotiate. And there's a sort of a little ledge here, which is about sort of 3.5 foot, and we're just on that ledge, and it slopes away into a little bit more deeper water. Right guys, so we're just going to run you through the rig itself. We've got 18 to 20 ProGen hybrid fusion. Now obviously it's strong line, strong elastic, because we want to make sure that we get them out that's quite snaggy. The line is again strong 020. We've got a ProGen 0.2 style chimp float, and that's obviously really decent for sort of any snaggy pegs. The line runs down to a hook link of 018, again Gen Pro, and we've got a size 14 kkmb hook, and that's really just for making sure that we can hook that corn nice. And the bulk of the shot, there's a little small bulk around let's say 12 inches from the float, and then again we've gone to the hook link, and then there's a little dropper which is a bit further down from there towards the end. And that's it guys, let's get it back out and see if we can catch another. Into another fish now. Again, this feels like another tench, around the same size. distinctive tench tap tap taps. Be very surprised if it's not a tench, this. Again, as you can see, there's that weed underneath it. And it's another tench. Small one this time. And this time is lip hooked, which is good, not swallowed. And again, a lovely, beautiful quality tench, absolutely fin perfect. And you do expect it on these sort of ponds where it's not commercial, they're not getting ragged about. Right guys, so we've had some fantastic couple of days. You know, on the first session you saw us catching some lovely bream on the method, and today we've had some lovely tench. What a great little venue. It's been here for over 40 years, and you know, it's one of those traditional classic venues where it's mixed fish. There's everything in it here, even including pike. You know, it's a really good venue. There's some whopping carp. Craig's had a couple of big ass carp today, and you know, we've had some really good quality stamp bream. I've had some lovely little tench to go up to a lot bigger in here than what we've had, and obviously that lovely perch as well. But we've had lots of other little fish and lots of roach and things like that as well. And it's just nice to get out of that commercial environment for once in a change and get back to the roots of real fishing. So yeah, definitely give it a go. It's really reasonably priced. Like I said, it's Sherburn and Elmet, and which is close to South Milford. But you know, Wheatsheaf Angling Club, I think it's about 25 quid a book. It's about £5 to fish. You know, it's really well kept. And the guys are more than happy to give you information about how to catch and where's the best pegs for things, and they've been great with us. And obviously we're going to definitely be coming down and visiting in the future. Certainly we've enjoyed these few days fishing it. So thank you for watching as always. Join us on the Facebook group Friday nights for the live streams at 7 o'clock, and then following that join in 8 o'clock on the Instagram at angling_for_you for discussion, a bit of banter, and a little bit of sort of question time. And then if you could share, like, subscribe, put that little bell icon on, it'll let you know when the newest videos come out, and you won't miss anything. And we're trying to cover all these different venues, and river season is coming, so there'll be some of those, hopefully catching some nice barbel. So thank you for watching as always, and until the next one, tight lines.